Let me see here. This one is going. Or we feel fully connected already. We should. Okay. Yeah, we are connected. Now this one. Two. Yeah, and we are fully, apparently we are fully ready. Let me check this out quickly. Two. All right, we are. We are fully ready. So we can start. Great, that's amazing. So for those that, of course, still don't know me, my name is Hightech, and on these live streams I talk about what is happening in the cryptocurrency market, what I think about it regarding 11 years of my experience, and in between the lines, I explain you what Hightech meme coin is. You have its mint address here in the bottom section of the screen, and yeah, Jesus is king, and let's go, let's start. So, today's title of this live stream is Generational Opportunity. Truly generational opportunity. I'll be telling you later on what do I mean by that. But first, let's review what has been going on since my live stream several hours ago, because I live stream twice a day, sometimes even thrice a day. So if you like this format, if you're vibing with me here, then I think you should subscribe to the channel. And by the way, as well, it's worth to take a notice that yeah, once in a while I will be giving away one Hightech meme coin of mine, which is it's accountable money, right? One unit is already accountable money. So yeah, maybe you should subscribe. I think the whole package is quite interesting. So yeah, this is one of the trades I'm currently in. This is a coin called High. I've got no idea what it is, but I know I'm in trade on it. How is that possible? Why? Because I do not trade manually. I have my systems for it. They trade for me. So that is why I don't really have to know what that coin does. What I have to know is, am I in or am I out? Do I have a profit on it? Do I have a loss? So yeah, so today, as you see, a little bit of a mixed picture on crypto bubbles. There is a handful of coins that are doing well last 24 hours. Some are not doing as well. There was a little bit of correction. Although I think high is somewhat representative of progressing. So yeah, there was some pumps. Now there is some regression. But overall, we are still in profit. I think that applies for the majority of the crypto market currently. On Bitcoin, yeah, we still stay above 100K, which is very, very good. 100K is definitely a very, let's say, iconic price level. Let me quickly see if everything is going fine on X, but it should be doing quite well. X should be doing quite well. Okay, yeah, it's running. Hey guys, if you have any questions, ask me in the live chat. That's why I do not, upload, let's say, static content, just so you have a live, let's say, live contact with me. You can talk to me and ask me whatever you want. Clear out your doubts about this or that. 11 years of experience is quite something. I think this form is much more interesting than just forging a video and then uploading. But yeah, I read it, of course, as a sign of strength that we keep 100K, or we are around it. wouldn't really have to. I mean, in order for me to tell you that Bitcoin market is doing well, we don't really have to be above 100k. I mean, it's enough if we are just circulating in the vicinity of it, and that is the case as of now. So yeah, this is literally what we are doing, and we are even doing it with class because we are above 100k, right? Bitcoin dominance did not deliver yesterday as much as I would like it to. But who knows? Maybe. What do I mean by that? Because I was hoping for last daily candle to close red. I mean, it wouldn't change much, let's say, from this picture, because I mean the shape of the candle wouldn't be much different anyway. But it's like a small point for the bears here. So in this case, for the Bitcoin dominance chart. But so far, this daily is doing well. We must break below this uptrending line. It will be very, very nice to close below it. And that could open some very, very interesting doors for altcoins. Speaking of altcoins, let's take a look how things are going on Others chart, what kind of developments we are getting there. Okay, so current daily as of now is red. Yeah, so yesterday I was telling you that we could have some sort of a retest of this trending line. Let's take a look on smaller time frame. Did we have a full retest? Yeah, it kind of looks like it, because it doesn't have to come down exactly there. I mean, we still can be on the way there, right? Just maybe we are still on the way to retest it just before we head higher. That's also, that will be perfectly fine. Let's say with the setup I see here, it would not nullify it. It would not, cancel anything. So far, so good. As long as we are staying above it and we are not retesting it from beneath, and then see signs of rejection, I think we are very good. But we have very, very small chances of seeing anything resembling that, because when we go over to the daily, we see that we are resting on this thick band of support. So that would be extremely bearish if bears are able to pull something like that off within this zone, right? Because if we fall below, and we are talking about any sort of retests here, that will have to be inside of this zone. That would mean we completely lost it as anything that keeps us up. So no, I don't see that happening at all. I think it's possible, but it's a good practice not to bet on things that just have very, very low probabilities, and I evaluate that scenario to be exactly that, to have very, very low probabilities. Okay, I see the Rumble Studio is not working the best today, so if there is any hiccups on your end, then apologize. Sorry, my apologies for it. Fortunately, YouTube is delivering as always. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget about that part. It's super important. If you want to be eligible to win one whole high tech as my subscriber, once in a while I will be giving away one. Then you must be subscribed, of course. And yeah, that's the condition number one. And I see someone has subscribed, so that's cool. Let me, yeah, looks like I have it here on my phone, so I can see how it's going live. Guys, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Ask me in the live chat. I love participation of my viewers. I run 2 YouTube channels. One I run in Polish. This is some, of course, I run in English. Another one I run in Polish. And on the Polish one, I always get comments. I always get live chats. I wish it becomes like that here too. I mean, I know at some point it will be like that. Anyway, but yeah, the sooner the better. I think. I mean, it will be much. Yeah, 6 frames per second. That's the Rumble Studio is not delivering today. Yeah. Recent days when I live stream through Rumble Studio is not really that good. And yeah, but fortunately, the most views I get from YouTube, and to YouTube I live stream separately. So that's let's say something that saves the day a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's proceed then. Let's proceed. So the cake is in the oven. Simply speaking, we are getting up for that altcoin season. In my opinion, I don't think you should be neglecting that. I think if you stay sidelined, if you think the game is over, you walk back home. The day after, you will find out you missed out big time, big time. So just have that awareness. Be ready for it. Let's take a look maybe at how traditional market is doing. And today is Sunday, of course, so you may be asking, yeah, but the traditional market did not trade today. But that's not entirely true, because they have their tokenized version of stocks. So there we can actually have a glimpse into what they do, what they think, what are they preparing. So yeah, so Friday and Saturday were not the best of days. Friday, of course, was quite heavily read. Saturday also was read on SPYX. SPYX is a tokenized version of SPY, and SPY is a trust fund reflecting S&P 500. But so far today, as you see, we are in green. So that's a good. That's a harbinger of potentially good things coming on Monday. Maybe a high opening. We'll see how this one goes. The closer we get to open of their session, the TradFi trading session. Yeah, the thing I see here that I like is at least we got back the decline that happened on Saturday. So maybe we are on the U-turn here. I mean, I wish, of course, to see a little bit more vivid counter reaction to Saturday and Friday, Saturday. But for now, it is what it is. I mean, it's still early. It's actually still quite early. This daily has many hours in order to give us a final close, because it's 1 p.m. UTC time. It's quite early. So yeah, it gives a little bit of hope for a good Monday, because many people are predicting that Monday will be disastrous. Maybe a little bit how it works. The more people expect a certain outcome, the less likely it is that we will see anything like that. Why? Because markets are a zero-sum game, and those that win here win the money from those that lose. So that is why potential win can be so big here, because majority is usually wrong. Given how Thursday went, I mean Thursday was red. It was to expect that we can go sideways. We can go, and not much gonna happen, especially on Bitcoin, especially on Bitcoin side of the market, because on altcoin side, Friday was really good, as you see here, right? So Thursday was actually this day here, and on Friday we pumped. Right, on Friday we pumped. This was Friday, this was Saturday, and now we are in Sunday. So apparently, the altcoin market was so powerfully oversold that even Thursday was not able to dent it at all. And apparently, Bitcoin is also quite oversold, because we had a small dip. Yeah, of course we had a small dip, but we are not going any lower, right? We are consolidating. So here the Thursday was here. Friday was slightly green, but it did not recover. It did not engulf the Thursday candle body, and it's a slightly red Saturday, and now we are in what appears to be a green Sunday, right? So the fact that we are deflecting red Thursday like this, I think, is also a very, very bullish sign. Something that, throughout last month was not taking place. Whenever Thursday was bad, the rest of the week was, quite significantly bad. So, um, oh my God, this connection is very unstable. Let me actually check how is it going on YouTube. I hope on YouTube it's going fine. Money. Let me see. Thursday was red. Okay, I think it's actually going fine. But on Rumble is not doing the best of jobs today. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just showing me like that, and on the other end is actually fine. In the worst case scenario, it's going to be buffering a lot. So yeah. Okay, let's take a look at X. What are they talking about X? Oh, sorry. What are they talking about on X? James Vane, bookmark it, because I have delusional bulls. um, okay, so this guy, he's forecasting that we are going to fall down to 74K. I treat it, and that James Wynn, of course, I treat it as a confirmation that we will be fine, because this guy, he has been wrong almost every single time. Nearly every single time he forecasted something, it literally went other way around. This guy is getting better and better as inverse indicator. He gets closer and closer to what Jim Cramer is presenting. So he wiped out $100 million, right? Literally got rid of $100 million trading on leverage, which was obvious it was going to happen, because all of those guys that boast about how much money they make on leverage, they don't show you the losses; they show you only the wins, and it's very easy to realize that they cannot be winning, because even when you assume a very conservative, something what appears to be very conservative target, let's say daily, to make on leverage, when you calculate the compound interest of it throughout a whole year, you get such a high number that it's definitely impossible uh, to achieve. So that's like a huge red flag straight away. And then if you calculate compound interest for even the next year, then it's like, dude, no way I can make that amount of money from, let's say, $1,000, right? Because you get a ridiculous number. Even if you gain win 1% per day, compound interest of that throughout two years is so ridiculously high. It's like you don't have to be a genius to realize it's definitely not possible. So that's how you discover you should not be trading leverage, because what appears to be conservative on leverage is not really achievable. So that's a casino. That's playing cups. That's literally playing cups. There's only three cups. You must guess where is the ball, and it seems to be baby easy, but then you get literally robbed, right? You get rid of all of your money. Same is the case here. So if somebody is building on top of losing $100 million, I mean, he already has proven how bad he is in giving whatever kind of opinion. Like, this guy so far, he has proven he's really really good in losing money. So if you want the same effect he says, do what he says, you will obtain literally the same results. So the title of today's live stream was Generational Opportunity. Where is that generational opportunity? Well, it's right here. It's right here. This is actually my meme coin, the one I promote. One of the ways just sold off. So at this point here, I was, because of how long we didn't have any turbulences, I was quite sure we got rid of all of the so-called weak hands, but apparently not, because one of them sold off, and that's a privilege of whales, because they accumulate early, they enter very early on, they had the guts to actually throw something more at it in the first days, so they conserve that privilege. Then they can dump at any given moment and win big, right? Of course, if for whatever reason they want to withdraw from the market. So it's not like I'm blaming anybody or anything. That's the way it is. It's always like that after the first wave. Those that, like I said, they had the guts, redistributed throughout the community. Those that were waiting for too long, or were unsure, and that's the bad part, of course. But the good part is it brings back the opportunity, right? Because those are still the very early days of this asset, and my community knows very well that whatever the price is here, it completely doesn't change my stance towards it, because it can literally go to $1, and I will still be promoting it here. I mean, the lower it is, the higher I recommend it, because the more obvious it is to me that it will not only go back to its all-time high, but go way, way beyond. So just yesterday, I recorded a material that this coin can literally make another 140x, because just before they dump it was at $143. So I said it can easily go another 140x, right? Because it went from $1 to 307, and then it came down to 140 until yesterday. And I said it can easily make another 140x, right? Because of how small this market is. So now that multiplier just increased by 3, right? So from here, I'm quite sure it can do close to 500x now. So And there is very little places in this space that can potentially give you a 500x in few years, let's say. And me, I'm 100% convinced this is one one place like that. So yes, that is why you don't have to bet it big here in order to score a huge win. And this is what I've been saying, for from the very beginning. And because I knew it can still retain some of negative volatility, because you can never be 100% sure it's already redistributed enough. So that is why I've been recommending to you to throw like $1, $2, $3 at it, because you should always have a little bit of dry powder to average in if there is a decline, right? So now you know why. So I think right now this entry point that somebody has given you, it's bonkers. It's something that you literally couldn't ask for anything better right now. Because my social media, they keep growing. This is indirectly a stock market of my social media, since this is the only project I promote here. It kind of will be reflecting, let's say, my popularity. So since someone has decided to withdraw from the market to cash out, my social media is actually only growing. This channel is growing. My other YouTube channel is growing. My X is growing. Everything is growing. So there is a very powerful divergence in between what just has happened here. Bullish divergence, right? On average, let's say my social media, they keep growing like this. They literally start to grow in a parabolic fashion. And here the price on average went like this, right? So that's a huge bullish divergence that we are seeing now. And if you don't know what bullish divergence is, look it up, ask ChatGPT, and how what was the outcome of it, right? How it resolves. So yeah, I think this is literally one of the best bets right now on the internet. I mean, I said it before this decline happened, and now it's like literally three times that. That's amazing, to be honest. Well, yeah, coming back to Bitcoin chart. Let me quickly see how the connection is doing. It's actually okay now. It's a little bit better. It just worries me, and it makes me want not to use Rumble Studio anymore, because if I spend my time here and then the connection is not working well. I mean, the live stream is not working well. People do not receive me as they should on the other side of the screen. Then it just it's losing sense, right? It's completely losing sense. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, of course, if you haven't done so. Because, like I said, once in a while, I will one full. I think the first one I'll give away after I cross 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, I was planning to do it when I cross 10,000, but that's maybe the bar risen a little bit too high. So after I cross 1,000, I will gift one high tech to one of the subscribers. But probably, I mean, of course, I will definitely favorite those that participate in the live chat, right? That write me in the live chat. I see them, discussing with me, asking questions and such. Those will definitely have, more of my sympathy. So that's why I encourage you to throw a comment from time to time, because that's only natural, like the people that let's say get close to you, try to be, you know, try to maintain the contact with you. It's a much easier to think positively about them. So here I'm giving you the tips how to win my heart, let's say. So yeah, I'm actually liking what I see here, because not only Bitcoin keeps repeating the same pattern, not only the sentiment, I'm talking about this pattern here, right? We have this descending channel, just like we had here, just like we had here, just like we had here. And we all see what happened later, right? We all see what happened later. We went higher. Not only that, but also the sentiment is absolute trash now. Everyone and their mother, they are saying we are going lower. Okay, let's take a look at crypto fear and greed index. This one has my attention now. 24. So yesterday was 25, and sorry, the day before yesterday was 25, and from yesterday is 24. So today probably it's much better to stay around where it is. So that's really, really low. That's low. Let's take a look at liquidations. How people are getting spunked on derivatives market. It's low. 20, slightly below $22 million on Bitcoin market. 40, almost $40 million on Ethereum's market. Not as low as it was at times in previous weeks, but still low. Still very, very low. So yeah, I mean, everything adds up. It adds up very well for a huge reaction rally, for a huge, at least reaction rally, or even altcoin season. Me myself, I'm leaning towards altcoin season. Yuzi says, just lost 50,000. How can a coin crash 30% as soon as I buy? I trusted the wrong people. Goodbye. He's thinking about Zcash. By the way, Zcash is not doing that bad, eh? I think it's recovering. Tapped it wrong. This is how it looks on the weekly, right? Absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at smaller time frame. Yeah, it's actually looking good, eh? Arthur Hayes, he said, Zcash can go to 1,000. To be honest, yeah, it can. I mean, it's not that far off from 1,000. It's at $600 already. It's not really that far off. And who knows? Maybe Zcash is kicking off an altcoin season right now. That's probably because of halving. Probably halving, actually. Some people say halving. and from time to time I repeat it. It's actually halving, not halving. But anyway, this pump was probably motivated by halving on Zcash. Of course, there are some improvements regarding its privacy features. But I think the main reason was the halving. So yeah, we'll see how it holds its ground after the halving event. To be honest, I don't know when it happens. Is it already over, or is it still ahead of us? I got no idea. But the chart itself is this is not looking like the fun is over just yet. I think once on 15 minutes we take out this low, then the probabilities behind this rally to be completely over are increasing vastly. So you should be much more careful after that happens. It's not a given, absolutely not a given. It's not like it has to happen. Maybe not. I mean, if we are about to see a major altcoin season, then the Zcash probably will be rebounding. And maybe even going higher than we already have seen. But from technical analysis perspective, if we take out this low, you should pull up your guard. You should not be blindly trusting it going to 1000. That's my advice. And it doesn't matter who says what. And by the way, if you already made a 100% on it, withdraw initial investment. Eventually, you can strategize that way. Just withdraw your initial investment, and then you cannot lose money on it anymore. So, yeah, that will be the easiest one if you are not, let's say, too agile in technical analysis and you don't have much experience. That's literally the easiest thing you can do. So yeah, right, but today at least my YouTube live stream is doing quite well because there has been 44 views and I see I've collected 2 subscribers, so that's super cool. That's really, really cool. Let's see how long it takes to get to 1000. Because the more subscribers I get, the faster I collect subscribers. So don't get discouraged. That I said I will give away one high tech when I reach 1000. That does not mean I will have to wait for it very, very long. Because that's the way it works with YouTube. The more you get, the more you get. The more subscribers you get, the faster the new one come. So yeah, what else do I want to talk about? Let me quickly rethink it. Yeah, I think we can just go over to Excel. Let's see what news we've got. Here okay, so some new people have followed my X profile. Good morning, Bitcoin holders. Anyone else feeling a 104k breakout brewing today? I think we will just continue to go more or less sideways until tomorrow. Probably market will push up slightly towards the end of today because CME will open Chicago Mercantile Exchange and futures market, so that will give a little bit of additional information about how the traditional market is feeling about Bitcoin. But I rather expect that that we'll have a positive finish of the day. What do we have here? Be honest, what would you do if the entire crypto space disappeared tomorrow? That's an interesting question. I guess I would have to transfer to trade stocks because the main source of my income is trading with my fully automated systems. So I would just switch to trading stocks and that's it. Steve Burns, what's the number one most underrated skill in trading? Depends what kind of a trader you are. If you're a fully automated trader, which you should be, nowadays you should be. You should not be trading manually. If anybody tells you to trade manually, unfortunately, they give you a bad advice. A very, very bad advice. But in automated trading, the underrated skill I think is tells you literally everything. Robert Kiyosaki, crash coming. Why I am buying, not selling. My target price for gold is 27k. Oh, that's high. I got this price from friend Jim Rickards, and I own 2 gold mines. Okay. Robert Kiyosaki, he's a boomer and a doomer. He is predicting a huge market collapse for decades now, and that's why the scene laughs at him and compares him to Jim Cramer. as someone who is always wrong. The most likely crash we are about to see is going to be an inverse crash. So literally, US dollar entering very high territory of inflation, of a very high inflation territory. Yeah, I think that's how I supposed to say it. Nobler. Satoshi Era Whale just sold all his Bitcoin after 15 years of holding. He dumped 11,000 Bitcoin worth over 1.3 billion. Is this the start of a major sell-off? That's normal. That happens every single cycle. Those OGs, they withdraw from the market. That could be also because someone just found the private key, access to their old bitcoins. Just I don't know, regain the access to them, and that's why I decided to so they never were let's say believers or Bitcoiners. They just lost access to it for long years and now regained it, and that's why the first thing they've done was go to exchange and dump it all. That cases like that are not very uncommon, to be honest. So it happens every single cycle, and I don't think that's any indication of what can potentially be around the corner. To me personally, it makes absolutely no sense to believe that Bitcoin is entering a bear market now. It's actually all of the signs in the sky point to the opposite outcome. Just in Robert Kiyosaki 60K Ethereum prediction by 2026. Yeah, Robert Kiyosaki never guessed price of anything. He wrote the one good book and maybe two good books, and that's it. But he never guessed accurately what's going to price what, cost what, or have what price, let's say. Ape Live, low market cap, super high potential. What's the ticket? That's high tech. Very low market cap. Now even smaller market cap, because now the liquidity, because the factual market cap is it 16K now? Let me refresh it here. Yeah, as of now it's just 16K. The factual liquidity on both ends. So that's really small. So like I said, this is literally generational opportunity for those that give it 5 minutes of thought what it actually is, and do a little bit of research about me, about my social media. It will become crystal clear. This is literally a generational opportunity. Banks still awake, plotting on how to take over the world. Cycle 4 has reached its peak. Same story every time. Everyone thinks it's the start, but it's already the end. It's not the start. It's definitely not the start, but it's definitely not the end. First of all, the size of capital that is in this market right now is like 10 times, roughly estimating 10 times larger than what used to be before, and the price is not 10 times higher. It's nowhere near 10 times higher. So, and definitely Bitcoin reserve narrative has still a lot of room for growth. And the fact that TradFi is planning to move onto trading against stablecoins, that gives a platform to this market that this market has never seen. And here I'm talking about altcoins. Plan C, Bitcoin 5 bold predictions, not financial advice. Bitcoin will never go below 70,000. I would not bet on it. 2026 yearly candle will close green. That's possible. January 1st, 2026, Bitcoin 130K to 150K. That's very possible. We'll see plus 200K Bitcoin in 2026. That's very possible. But yeah, I would not bet on Bitcoin not going below 70K again. I think 150K this year, perfectly possible. 200K next year, perfectly possible. I don't think bear markets will start in the first, and at least until the end of first half of 2026. And it may even, the bull market may last for whole 2026 and even for a part of 2027 or even the whole 2027. This cycle will definitely take much longer than previous ones. It's like I've got zero doubt in my mind this bull market will last much longer, and that we will get a bull market on our altcoins, because we have not seen the real bull market in the altcoin sphere yet. We are just about to get it. The way this market is oversold is not something to see every day. Actually, the altcoin market is maximum oversold ever. It has not been this oversold ever. So naturally speaking, it has to see a huge, at least a huge reaction rally, which from this perspective where we are at, we are talking in terms of, I don't know, 500, 600, 600, 700% gains across the board, right? So yeah, I think I understand it probably is very easy to believe things are going to get worse, but that's how bear market bottom forms. Bear market ends with a cry, with tears in your eyes because of how bad it is. Not on on I don't know, some wave of optimism, coming out of nowhere. Take a look at. Yeah, now it seems like the connection has stabilized, so that's good. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget about subscribing, because like I said, once in a while I will give away a whole one high tech, which is my meme coin. And right now, after one of the whales has withdrawn, I think this is an amazing buying opportunity, absolutely amazing buying opportunity. Because this is the only project I promote, and I will promote. You will not see me promoting any other project than this. My social media is only growing. My reach is only growing. So just ask yourself a question. If my social media is growing, does this mean, and this is the only project I promote, does this mean the chances of this coin doing good are increasing or decreasing? Simple as that. It's very, very simple. So that's what I'm warning you right now. Because if you as an individual you don't understand things that simple, then I'm sorry to break it to you, but nothing really, no opportunity will ever be good enough for you. Vivek said, President Trump just announced to give each American a $2,000 dividend payment. What? Okay. So that just has done it. That's it. The game is over. So the game is over. Okay. So if that's true, then we are literally in COVID. COVID crash 2.0. Ah, it's an unverified claim. Okay. The claim originates from Watcher Guru's viral post today, but lacks backing from outlets like Reuters, CNN, or Fox, suggesting slightly exaggerated or false amid Trump's pro-Bitcoin stance without new policy. Okay, it's unconfirmed, but if that gets confirmed, we will be literally in COVID crash 2.0. But yeah, that's why you must be very careful with what you read on the internet, because there is a bunch of people that they just don't care for your well-being. They want to dump on you. They want you to push up the market and then dump on you, and that's it. So yeah. Okay, guys, allow me to wrap it up right here. I will be live streaming later today as well. That's why subscribe to the channel if you like this form of content creating. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, and of course subscribe to the channel, and think about throwing something at Hightech, like $1 or 2 or 3, because these prices may not last for very long. So you can get in. There's a thick probability that you can get in nearly immediate profit scooping it up from these levels. So